Warning: the following may contain flail snails. Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced, exhausted, our heroes spend their first night in Barovia. Despite the eerie noises as they sleep, they awake, rested, and ready to venture down to the basement.
Let's roll.
All right. So, guys, you've woken up from your rest. You've regained everything that you were hoping to regain. We're back at track, feeling spry. What's the plan?
Should we check out that last door up here before we go down the staircase?
Only if everyone agrees not to touch anything. We just walk in there.
Touch any toys.
Okay. Let's do it then.
Okay. You happy? Who's opening the door?
Jean Marleme.
Okay, I'll open the door.
Okay. The door opens to a room that is not dissimilar to the room that you spent the last 6 to 8 hours in. So this is a small web-filled room with a wee iron stove, bed, etc., etc. No doll this time.
Shall we do a little inspection and see if there's anything special in here?
Please feel free to.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
Mm-hmm.
2, so
right.
21.
Yeah, you have a good look in the room. You are pretty confident there's nothing in here.
I wanted to waste that 19 roll. Like I was saving that for a battle, but no. I want to check a dusty room that's empty. Okay. Great.
All right. So
onto the stairs.
The door leads to a room in which Kellen saw the stairs.
Ah.
So as you open the final door, this room is much larger than the other rooms upstairs. In Rose and Thorn's dollhouse, it was empty. However, it's not empty. When you open this room, this is a dusty room. There's no natural sunlight to this room, but from the glow of Kellen's axe, I'm assuming you've kept the sort of the glow on it. You can see a number of objects standing throughout the room, covered in dusty white sheets.
Are these
throw them all out the window?
So there's no window. Are they humanoid sized? They're different sizes. They are certainly large objects. Some of them could be furniture, for example. It's not. I guess it's not impossible for them to hide a human or something humanoid.
Can we have our friend fart the room clear again? Just like, and all the sheets fly away, and if there's werewolves under them, we don't have to poke them with sticks.
You could certainly use prestidigitation to pull a sheet off something.
All right. I wiggle my fingers, give 2 sharp claps, and then sort of do like a behind-the-back point. And tear the sheet off of the most ominous-looking thing.
Okay. So there's a fat sort of misshapen drape, maybe 10 feet away from you in the room. You pull it off, and underneath it reveals a mouldy armchair.
Well, I can keep doing that until there's nothing is covered.
Yeah, you guys happy enough for all that to happen?
Yes.
It's very amusing. I mean, I can watch this all. We don't even call that magic where I'm from. That's just like beans. But this man does it so well. What's
the range of prestidigitation? Because I think I believe you're all still out in the hallway. Do you have a range on it?
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to go into the room to be able to reach all of the objects. You could probably only go about halfway from where you are.
I'll advance as I defrock the furniture.
Sure. So, I mean, from where you are, you can grab a few more, and you just uncover. It seems to be more furniture, like a standing mirror, a coat rack, stuff like that. Another armchair, for example. It's all just furniture covered in these sheets.
What if, like, from the safety of the doorway, whatever is still covered, we just shoot with a bolt? Like we have arrow bolts, and if anything goes then we retreat.
Is there any sign of did we see a spiral staircase somewhere?
There's a wall that the staircase was open in the doll's house. So there's the western wall to the room. So you could make your way across that if you wanted.
Do we just make our way over and leave the creepy furniture alone? I have the general feeling in this house that it does behoove us if we just do not touch anything.
Well, I think we ought to give you this call because we let Nick Rag take the last one. So if Master Summoner says stop touching things, we'll stop touching things.
Yeah.
All right. I stop with the cantrips and I bow gravely to Master Sana and I gesture for her to proceed.
Okay.
You first. What a gentleman.
I am a lord and I have the best of etiquette. Ladies first when they insist on preventing whatever it is I was doing.
Okay.
Defrocking.
Carefully stealthily make my way over to the wall.
Okay. Do you want to do... you can take advantage on this because you've seen where the secret passage is supposed to be. Do you want to do an investigation check just to see if you can figure out how to make the passage appear?
Oh. No, I don't want to. I don't know what's wrong with this app. It's like... I've got a 3 plus perception.
Did you take advantage? Because you can roll that twice and pick the best one.
Oh, okay.
Because you know where the secret passage is.
21.
Oh,
okay,
right.
Absolutely. It's basically there's supposed to all be brick walls here to this room, but one of them is a facade that's attached to a wooden door that opens up, and you can see in this very small cavity that runs through the house a narrow spiral staircase. It's made of creaky woods. It's just within this it's a 5 foot wide shaft, so it'll be very tight, but you can certainly make your way down. Now this is rife with cobwebs, so the visibility is, like 5 foot ahead of you is pretty much all you can see as you have to make your way through the cobwebs to head down.
Do we head down?
Let us know what you find down there. We'll be listening closely at the top. 2 screams means come quickly. 3 screams means to honestly run. 4 screams, and I guess by that point,
it's too late. That's 4 screams is too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if something jumps me silently and I never scream?
We'll scream for you. I think like the man with the glowing axe may go first, though, right? Do you have a light at least, or can you take it?
I will go.
I'm just offering, Master Son, if you don't want to be the one to charge down the stairs in the darkness, you might, at least take some light with you.
I would very much appreciate that.
I can go. You want to go together? We both are stealthy.
Can we both?
Yeah.
We have to sort of.
Well, someone will have to go first because you can't. Yeah, you'll have to be single file. But you could certainly.
Do we feel like we need like theme music at this point? Because I have a concertina that this actually is quite delightful, and I find in stressful situations a tune can lighten the mood.
No,
you're welcome to do that too.
All right. Wasted talent.
Master Callan, please proceed, and I will follow you very closely.
All right, I'm doing a stealth check.
Okay.
Or not.
Okay, what did you get?
You just fall down the stairs.
8. Yeah. So it's. You find it's too difficult. This is a rickety staircase. It's not well made at all. You can tell its construction was rushed and possibly by someone unskilled. So you feel it's almost impossible to make your way down this stealthily, even though Master Son, I imagine, probably isn't quite as bad as that. But yeah, you're making a lot of noise. It's tight and trying to get around it all. But you do move through, and I assume Master Son, and then you're following Kellen behind. So I mean, we can say you go down. This is much like the model. You're aware this staircase will run right the way through to below the house. So do you want to do you want to go all the way? Because you go for a few turns of the staircase and you're going down and nothing changes at the moment, just thick with cobwebs. Are you happy just
so there's no like intermediate level?
No. You're well. I mean, we can say you've probably travelled down. I mean, you reckon at least a floor and a half you've already travelled, and you've not seen any change in the shaft.
Okay. Shall we head back up then, Master Cannon?
I say we. What was one scream? They need to come. Could we just scream wildly?
Every time
I think we're a little bit behind you.
Opens his mouth, I just hear blah blah blah.
I could do that signal that I did earlier.
I would imagine that we're like just a little bit behind you. We wouldn't literally let you disappear.
Okay, I mean,
a little head start, but we're maybe like 10 steps behind.
Okay, so you
right, John?
Yes, I'm right behind you. I'm just tuning my concertina. It's almost ready. I'm almost there.
Okay, so the party slowly, if not stealthily, makes its way down the shaft to the basement, and as you do so, you reach your first milestone, and you all level up to level 2.
Spontaneously, and we should go up and down this stairwell a couple of times.
Oh,
see if we can get a little bit more juice out of it.
It's
what
like
happens in level 2?
Favorability.
Okay.
Do I get like a new haircut?
That's it. So we're at second level. Obviously, it's must be just your even though some of you have been adventuring for years or been in stressful conditions, it must be nothing in your life must compare to the experiences of the last sort of day, basically, and just your bodies had to achieve this heightened state, basically, in order to survive, and that's had a positive effect for you.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but I think I've become a little more handsome after that level up. Did anyone else? You're seeing that? I'm feeling it.
Madame Rousseau is much more attractive.
Stop you.
Okay, the wooden spiral staircase eventually ends. You are aware. Those of you who have any kind of decent perception will be aware that you have descended further than the floors of the house that you have experienced so far, and the only light that you have now is still from Killen's axe. As you open out onto a tunnel, and so it's not a wide tunnel. They're only about 4 foot wide. So your spiral staircase sort of opens out onto a small tunnel, which you're able to sort of move out of. And at the moment, you can see yourselves in a tunnel that runs north to south, and you can see that there are smaller openings, 3 of them, off of the north-south tunnel. However, at the very south, you can see dimly sort of light stops reflecting, so you get the impression there's a large opening down here, like a room to the south, and the tunnel at the very top takes a turn, so obviously you can't see any further than that. But you are aware there are smaller openings along the tunnel at the moment. Also, as soon as you set foot down here, you became instantly aware of an eerie, incessant chanting noise permeating the...
That's not...
Yeah, it's probably not.
No, so, that's never...
So it's definitely very rhythmic. You can't make out any discernible words. Clearly made by more than one voice.
Does it sound like the Temple of Doom?
It's in that, if your characters had ever had the chance to hear the chanting from Temple of Doom, I'm sure it would be very similar.
I don't know if the rest of you are familiar, but this is not what a happy crowd sounds like. You know, when you come out and there's the enthusiastic response, you feel that warmth. That's not what I'm feeling here. This is a very grim sort of chatter. So which way should we go?
North.
The man says north. Any objections?
As good a direction as any.
Okay, you're going to have to go single file, guys. Who's taking point?
I feel like if we're going to do this, should we have a little more light, like maybe some of the back, so whoever's back there doesn't get sprung by some, shadowy beast or whatever? Do we have any more light?
I cast light on Sean's belt buckle.
Oh my God! Well, this is helpful.
So just to be clear, and these are the only two I really need to know. Is Kellen taking point? And
I'll take point.
Is Jean taking up the rear? Is that right?
I will take it up the rear.
I see. Okay. Okay, so we're heading north. As you pass there's one of those smaller openings that you have to pass just before you make the turn in the tunnel. And as you look down it, you realize it kind of just goes for about 5 feet and then forks. And you can just see that there are two sort of slab doorways here. It looks like it's a crypt. It looks like this is
great
where something's been buried.
Oh.
Well, we shouldn't disturb the dead. That's disrespectful. So moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Take that left, I guess.
Yep. So we're traveling up here, and if we're turning around, this opens up into quite a large room. You can see straight ahead of you a wooden table and 4 chairs. Down, you would have to head down a set of steps to get to them.
Why not?
Well, do you want me to answer that?
It's like a table in the middle of a basement.
Let's call it what it is. It's an altar, for spilling the blood of the innocent.
Jean, take a breath. Take a breath.
My father used to say,
so far.
My father used to tell me it's never too early to retreat, and that advice has gotten me through much of my life.
If
you wish to wait upstairs,
no, not with those creepy children. I'll stay with you,
Master Sonner. What were you saying?
Is there like dust on the floor here too, or
no? It looks. It doesn't look dusty. Do you want to take a perception check?
Not really, because my app's pretty messed up today.
17.
17.
Oh, 19.
Yeah. 19. Well, there you go. I mean, this even from a distance, this room looks like it does see use, especially in comparison with the rooms that you have most recently seen. There's there's nothing lying around or anything like that. It's just the floor is there's no dust here. There's maybe little bits of food lying around the floor close to the table.
Like dropped sandwiches or like dog
crusts and crumbs.
Like bones and marrow and stuff.
No, nothing like that.
The inner organs of stuff. Okay. Well, Shall we proceed, gentlemen?
I'll head into the room, down the stairs, into the room, and check it out.
Brave man.
So you head down into the room, and the tables, the table and chairs are sort of at the top of the room. You see towards the bottom of the room there are four beds basically, with just sort of moldy straw pallets in them.
Is this usual for this area? Does anyone know? Any ideas? Oh, I guess you wouldn't know. Seems unusual for a basement.
Why would they spend their time down here with all those beds upstairs?
Yes. Maybe to get away from those children, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, I stopped my way through it and onto the far passage.
Okay. Are you going to take point now?
I suppose so.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So we continue along the passage. The passage heads south. Takes a turn to the south. Heads down some stairs, and again it opens up into a large room. There's no light sources here at all. You can see that there are again this time there are quite a number of small open doorways off of this room. There's one passage to the south of the room. There's a well in the center of it. Okay, so
actually,
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm going to share the description.
No, that's it. So it is a pretty much an empty room, except for there are a few smaller doors off it.
More doors.
Smaller doorways off it. They're open, but you can't see them at the moment from where you're standing because of the light. There is a well in the middle of the room. There's a bucket and a rope and pulley mechanism on top of the well.
I turn to my companions and I say, I don't know about you, but while descending that stairwell, I had an epiphany that unlocked new powers within me, and I have discovered the means to cast a new spell. And now may be the opportune moment to do so. So if you'll stand back and give me a little room in which to gesticulate wildly.
Certainly.
I cast Disguise Self, my new spell, and I assume the guise of the father from the portrait.
Oh. I see.
So
Weird.
the spell allows me, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings, to look different for an hour.
Okay.
I can look a foot shorter, taller, thin, or fat, as long as I have the same basic arrangement of limbs.
Sir,
You
I
do,
must
yeah.
compliment you on your makeup artist. You do look fantastic. That is incredible. Excellent work.
For Jean's benefit, I swirl my cloak around and I spin, and as I come out of the spin, I've changed.
Oh, miraculous. And may I add, more handsome. I think you should keep this. This is your new look.
I stab daggers, and by stab daggers, I mean throw a fireball. I sort of sketch an ironic bow to the group, and I say, if we are to run into some cultists or anyone else beholden to the master of the house, then this might buy us a moment's confusion.
Okay.
Excellent.
Just to remind you, the eerie chanting that is, it is ongoing, continues as we're having this
And
discussion.
at the very least, I can tell them to stop doing that.
Okay. What's the plan then?
I think we're going to go throw some coins in the well.
Is the chanting coming from our nearby vicinity?
You can't tell. As hard as you try, you cannot tell which direction the noise is coming from.
We see little speakers up in the corners of the room.
Okay.
Well, I assume a dignified and a stance, and I march into the room as if I own it.
Okay. The room is empty. Again, there are signs of movement here. You can see almost like footprints sometimes, just based on like coming from the well, and it's a bit muddy around the well, so you can see footprints moving around this room. Now that you're in the center of the room, and I assume you guys have moved in with, so that the light is in the center of the room, you can see that the open doorways, and there's 5 of them. They just lead into small. Each of them leads into small bed sits, and you can just see from your vantage point now. You can see wood framed beds. Now these are better. These beds were better made than the ones in the previous room, but they're in a similar state of moldiness. You can see that each of the rooms has a wooden chest at the foot of each bed.
That's 9 people who can sleep down here.
So so there's 5 beds and 5 wooden chests attached to this room. There's also the corridor that you were following. There's a corridor that continues to go south out of this room as well.
Should we investigate the well?
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Okay. You take a peek. The well's pretty small, just slightly smaller than the shaft that you travel down to get to the basement. I assume you hold one of your light sources over the well, and you reckon it's about 30 foot down there. There's the water at the bottom.
I cast the lamp on a pebble,
Mm-hmm.
and I drop it into the water.
Okay, plop, and it eventually, it sinks down. It doesn't disappear, so you can tell that it's not a horrific depth of water there. Maybe 10 foot at most, probably.
Respectable.
Is anyone thirsty? I mean, should we just move on, or should we investigate the trunks? I'm afraid, so I'm not making very good logical decisions right now. What do you guys think?
The trunks.
Okay.
The trunks. Okay.
I'll stand
Well,
guard.
It's time for us to practice our lockpicking skills, sir. I have my set, and you have yours, and let's see who gets the first one.
And I've realized I do, in fact. Now it says tools, dice set, thieves' tools. I assume that does mean I have a
Yes, you do have proficiency.
Very
Yes.
good. I'm going to get to work on it.
Excellent. Okay, so Kellen, I'll just let you. Do you want to grab a chest and it is indeed locked. Do you want to have a go at unlocking it and roll a
Absolutely.
dexterity check for me, please? And you can add 2 to that.
I think I've opened it. 23.
23 does indeed open it. It's a pretty simple mechanism, really. Inside the chest, you find one object. It is a pouch, and you, after a couple of seconds staring at it, you realize it is made of human skin.
What's
Oh.
inside of it?
Sorry?
What's inside of it?
It jingles.
flesh.
It jingles as you pick it up, and it's got a wee tie. You can open it, and it's got 11 gold pieces and 60 silver pieces.
Jackpot.
And a free bag.
Okay.
I like how Kellen can immediately identify human skin.
Yeah, well,
So-
I think out of everyone in this group, Kellen would probably be the would be the expert on human skin. Are you? Who I cannot recall. Who did we say was keeping track of the items for the group, like
think
keys
no
and pouches of human skin?
We agreed it was not me.
It was not me.
I like the way we're doing this.
Actually, maybe it was me. In
I
that
think
case,
it
I
was.
had all the money.
I think Jean offered, but it's politely declined.
Which,
I
I
wait,
did
it was
offer,
me,
and I
and
was
we had-
refused.
We have
Refused.
10,000 gold pieces, 73,000 silver pieces, and a set of heirloom silver.
What?
seems
Is that
like seems like a lot of money.
Does seem like a lot of money. No wonder my pants won't stay up. That's a lot.
I think the silver sounds right. Can we have someone track it? I think let's just make sure that happens, just so we don't lose track.
I don't know if we found, honestly, have we found any gold pieces yet?
No, I think this could be the first.
No,
But
Yeah. So
we've got silver,
it's a lot of.
and we had a key on that one. We needed.
Okay, so who wants to be the treasurer? It's like,
I'll be.
I vote for Master Sona.
Yeah.
she
sounds
seems
good.
very honest.
So there we go. So you got the party has a pouch of human skin, within which is contained 11 gold pieces and 60 silver pieces.
And really, it's an emergency ration when you think about it. It's all sorts of things.
Okay.
60 or 60?
People jerky.
60. Jean, did you say you were going to have a go? At one
Yes,
of the
we're having a competition now,
Yeah.
so I'm going to try the next chest. Watch this.
So it's a dexterity check, so you can add your dexterity modifier and +2 because you're proficient in thieves' tools.
22.
Wow, excellent. Yeah. So you
Not quite 23.
your chest contains a piece of folded black cloth with sorry.
Is it like obviously like seal flesh or anything? Or is it
No,
just
no,
like
no, no.
regular black cloth?
It's just folded over, and you can tell that there are 3 objects contained sort of within the black cloth.
Are they eyeballs?
I don't know. would you
This
like
house is
to?
getting to you.
Would you
Okay,
like to?
I'll open it.
Okay. The glint from your belt buckle tells you these are 3 moss agates. These are 3 precious stones. Normally worth a wee bit of money. So you'll be able to turn them in with at some point for some cash.
I give them over to the treasurer reluctantly.
I think, just for my sake, can we make a note that they're going to be worth roughly 10 gold pieces each?
Ooh.
But we need to turn them in. Now there's 3 rooms left. Are we wanting to keep going? Are you happy to call?
Is it all the chests or no more chests?
3 more chests.
Well, I mean, can we just like smash them?
You could.
I want to use the thieves' tools again.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll keep the bet going. Let's see what you got, McRag.
So take
Right.
another dexterity check and add +2 to your roll.
23 again.
Wow,
What are the odds?
This chest contains it's actually very unusual object, a black leather eye patch with a carnelian sewn into it, another precious gem. That's actually
Dibs on that. Dibs, that's mine.
this would be worth quite a bit of money if you sold it.
Can I put on the eye patch?
You certainly you could do, yeah.
I'm going to do that and see if I can see the future or anything.
There you go. You lose your 3-dimensional vision. No,
All right.
no, it's worth it. You can tell this is worth quite a bit of money. Other than that, if you ever lose an eye, I guess you could look quite dapper.
I'll try to get the stone out of the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the patch for myself and hand the stone over to Mr. Son.
So, Master Sonny, you've got this carnelian. It'll be worth about 50 gold pieces if you ever.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still going for it? Playing the lottery? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, wait. Are some of these booby trapped?
Possibly.
I don't know. I haven't opened any of them.
Don't give him any ideas.
At least 3 of them are fine.
Oh, I didn't know that's how this worked. I thought this was just like the treasure room.
It could be.
No. I feel like we've got enough. Let's not get greedy. The last thing we want is like to get poisoned right before we go into battle. That's what I'm thinking here.
I can open it.
Okay, brave man.
I have something now called Danger Sense.
All right. Tell us about Danger Sense.
Gives me advantage to dexterity checks for things that I can see coming.
That's useful.
So if something shoots out of there, I can
All right. Yeah.
shimmy around.
Okay. So you're
All right.
going to open?
I'll try opening it. No, I don't know if that's going to do it. 14.
So did you add your dexterity to that and +2 for your proficiency?
That's with everything added.
No, I'm afraid this lock is beyond you. I'm afraid. You have a wee go at it, and you realise whatever you've done inside there, you're not going to be able to sort of have a go at that. You've moved something and it's stuck and it's just jammed now.
I'll use my axe.
All right. These are quite solid, so I need you to take a strength check.
I am. I'm going to go into a rage because this box really pisses me off.
What does? Will you remind us what
covers his face?
Remind us what a rage does, please.
I get advantage on strength checks.
Right.
Well, which is a good thing because my first roll was 4.
Right.
11.
11. What does it look like? What does everyone else see when Kellen goes into a rage? What's that look like?
It smells a little worse.
Yeah, it's just a really ugly sight. I mean, he's throwing out words, curses in his language that even though the others don't understand, it still curdles their blood to hear it.
Sure. So yeah, we get some loud swearing, some shouting, a lot of bashing on the wood. You keep hacking at it, having a go. This is solid chest. It's not letting up. You're making a lot of noise. doing this.
Should anyone like pull him off? Should we like stop him at any point? I mean, he's obviously not going to get to.
Do you want to grab the enraged barbarian?
I was suggesting that you might.
I could fireball him.
Oh my god! I could play a song to lull the raging beast. Wait, Master Suna, what would you do?
I don't think either option would really contribute to his calming down.
All right.
I think this one we just have to wait out.
Okay.
Rage.
It lasts for a solid minute, and then I'm back to my normal cheery self.
Right. So we'll say that you rage for a minute and nothing happens. How many times can you rage?
Twice. Prior to a long rest.
Okay. So that's...
Well used.
Okay.
I could fireball the chest.
Oh God! Leave the chest alone. You know what? I think like this is the universe telling us the chest is filled with poisonous spiders, right?
I think it's time for you to use your thieves' tools. You haven't tried
You
this.
broke the lock. You wrecked the lock. There's no more opportunity to open it by the lock.
There's one more chest.
There's one more.
Okay, so as the score lies now, I believe that we're tied, sir. Is that right, or am I one behind?
One behind.
Okay, I'll open the last chest. But if I get bitten by poisonous spiders, I'm going to die.
If you get bitten by poisonous spiders, I'll give you the eye patch.
Okay, fair enough. 19.
Click. It opens. And inside, you find a short sword.
Yay!
But
just a no. Uh-oh.
a short sword made of silver.
That sounds like it's be useful later on.
Well, it's not entirely made of silver. It's silvered. It is, the edge is treated with silver.
It's a knockoff.
All right, so that is how you open a chest, sir.
This is, money wise, this is worth a lot.
Okay, so I take this and I say, can I wield a short sword?
Can you wield simple weapons? I think you can.
I can do a dagger.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident you can wield a short sword with the same skill that you wield a dagger with, and I'll just get you what you're...
Okay. And while you're looking that up, I'm going to pose with it for the gang. Hey, how about this? Silver short sword. Aha!
Yeah, you're holding it by the wrong end.
It does hurt. It hurts a lot.
No. Short sword is a martial melee weapon.
And that's why I dropped it.
In your bottom left box, it tells you what types of weapons you can use. I think it probably says for you simple melee weapons.
It says the word short sword under weapons.
Does it?
It does.
Well, then you can use a short sword. So
okay.
You can use a short sword to attack. It's the exact same roll you need to take for your dagger. Okay. For damage, and basically everything's the same except with the dagger you roll 1d4 plus something for damage, but for the short sword it's 1d6 plus something for damage. Whatever, the same modifier for your dagger.
Plus 2. Okay.
So you're basically rolling more if you damage something.
Well, can somebody else make better use of this?
What is your attack for a short? What is your to hit?
It's +4 for a dagger.
Okay, so it'll be +4 for your short sword as well.
Somebody better with the short sword?
I'd be the same. I'd be the same. I'd be +4.
Master Suna?
D6 +3 piercing, but I've got an attack bonus of +5. So
I think it should be hers then.
Yeah.
Unless, what do you want it, Lord Talfrin?
No, that's okay. Too plebeian.
Okay. I give the short sword to Master Suna and say, I think this is suiting you better than me.
I will take it, but I'm a bit flustered as what to do with it, because where I come from, we do not wield swords made of silver.
Well, this is, it's not actually 100% silver, though. It's just got some around the edge. It's just it's sort of a filigree. It's a flourish,
I will take it.
Thank you.
See how useful it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. What's the plan? where in this room you've explored all of the wee alcoves. You've gotten into all but one of the chests. You've got this well here. There is that passageway to the south, or you could head back to where you originated from.
Should we fire all the chest? There has to be something good in that chest.
Spiders.
I fireball. I haven't cast a single fireball this session, so I fireball the chest. I get everyone to step back. I don't want any collateral.
Hey, and we got water with the well. We can easily put the fire out.
Let's prepare some buckets. Just make sure we're ready in case it spreads across the stone floor, and I'll incinerate the chest. I just hope it's not the deed to the mansion or something.
Do you know what, guys? I'm just going to let this happen. You incinerate the chest. It explodes in a hail of cinder and wood, and remaining on the floor, you see an ivory hairbrush with silver bristles on it.
Oh,
I recall from a prior life when I had flowing locks of red hair, I am quite good with a pearly hairbrush.
Sir, I think you've earned that brush. I after all the effort you put into getting into it, I think it can be yours.
So that hairbrush will be worth about 25 gold pieces.
It's mine. It's all mine.
If anyone ever said it. So.
Crit Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit Faced fan group.